Have you ever met someone amazing? You liked them, they liked you, and then you started pulling away? You didn't mean to. You might have even told yourself, "I'm just busy," or "They're probably not that interested anyway." But deep down, you know you pushed them away, and you don't fully understand why. Well, here's the thing. It might not be about them at all. It could be your attachment style, the hidden psychological pattern that shapes how you connect, how you trust, and yes, why you sometimes run from the very people you care about most. Welcome back to Psyche Unveiled. In this video, we're diving deep into why you push people away, the real psychology behind attachment styles, and how to break the cycle so you can have deeper, healthier relationships without fear driving your actions. So, what are attachment styles? Let's strip away the jargon and keep it simple. Your attachment style is basically the relationship blueprint you picked up as a kid. It's the emotional wiring you learned from your earliest caregivers, how you understood love, safety, and trust. Think of it like the operating system in your phone. It runs in the background, shaping how you react, even when you're not thinking about it. If you grew up with secure, stable care, you probably learned that people are safe to love and they'll stick around. If you didn't, you might have learned something else, like don't get too close, or if I'm not perfect, they'll leave. The four main attachment styles are: 1. Secure attachment. You're comfortable with closeness and independence. 2. Anxious attachment. You crave closeness but fear rejection. 3. Avoidant attachment. You value independence so much that intimacy feels risky. 4. Disorganized attachment. A mix of wanting closeness but fearing it at the same time. And today's focus? Why anxious, avoidant, and disorganized styles can make you push people away, even when you want connection. So why do we do this? Let's be honest. No one wakes up and says, I think I'll sabotage my relationships today. But here's what's happening. When someone gets close, your brain, shaped by past experiences, might send danger signals. It remembers times when closeness led to pain, rejection, or feeling trapped. So it goes into self-protection mode. For avoidant attachment styles, pushing people away can feel safer than letting them in. Independence is the comfort zone. For anxious styles, the push away might happen after feeling overwhelmed or fearing that your needs are too much. And for disorganized attachment, there's often a back and forth. Pull them close, then push them away, because love feels both comforting and dangerous. This isn't weakness. It's not you being broken. It's your nervous system doing its job, keeping you safe. The problem is, it's working off outdated instructions. Here's the tricky part. Pushing people away feels protective in the moment, but long-term, it can lead to loneliness, misunderstanding, and repeating the same painful patterns. Missed connections. You might never get to see how good a relationship could have been. Self-fulfilling prophecies. If you believe people always leave, pushing them away can actually make it come true. Emotional exhaustion. Keeping your guard up 24/7 is tiring. The saddest part? Most people don't even realize they're doing it until a relationship ends and they think, why do I always do this? Let's make this real with a scenario. Imagine you meet someone at work. Let's call her Esther. She's funny. She listens to you. She remembers the little things. You start hanging out more, texting late at night. You feel a spark. But then she says something like, I really enjoy spending time with you. It's a sweet thing to say, but in your head, alarms start ringing. Your brain says, careful. If you let her get too close, she'll see the real you, and then she'll leave. So you start pulling away. You take longer to reply to texts. You make excuses to avoid seeing her. You convince yourself she's probably better off without you. From the outside, it looks like you lost interest. On the inside, you're scared. This is how attachment styles quietly run the show. Not with big dramatic gestures, but with small, everyday decisions. So, how did we get here? Your attachment style started forming before you could even talk. It's based on how consistent, safe, and emotionally present your caregivers were. If they responded to your needs most of the time, you likely developed secure attachment. If they were inconsistent, sometimes loving, sometimes distracted or unavailable, you may have developed anxious attachment. If they were emotionally distant or pushed you toward independence too soon, avoidant attachment might have formed. If they were unpredictable or unsafe, you could have developed disorganized attachment. Here's the kicker. This wiring isn't your fault, but it is your responsibility to work on it if it's holding you back. Thing is, your brain loves patterns, even the unhelpful ones. Once it learns closeness equals danger, it stores that as a shortcut. When you meet someone new, your nervous system runs that shortcut without checking if it's still true. Neuroscience tells us that the amygdala, the brain's fear center, lights up when it detects emotional risk. It doesn't care if the threat is real or imagined, it reacts the same way. That's why your logical brain might say, "They seem nice, I should give this a chance." But your emotional brain screams, "Run!" Do you want to know the good news? You can rewire your attachment style. It takes awareness, practice, and often some outside help. Here's where we start. 1. Name it. Identify your attachment style. Just knowing whether you lean towards anxious, avoidant, or disorganized attachment is a huge first step. 2. Notice your triggers. Is it when someone compliments you, talks about the future, gets emotionally vulnerable? 3. Pause before reacting. Instead of ghosting or withdrawing right away, give yourself 24 hours to respond. 4. Communicate honestly. You don't need to overshare, but saying, "I sometimes take space when I feel overwhelmed," it's not about you, can go a long way. 5. Seek secure connections. Spend time with people who are consistent and trustworthy. Over time, your brain will learn that safety is possible. 6. Therapy or coaching. A trained professional can help you untangle these patterns faster. Now here's something most people don't realize. Your attachment style affects all your relationships, not just romantic ones. Friendships. Do you avoid making plans too often? Work relationships. Do you keep colleagues at arm's length? Family. Do you find yourself withdrawing when things get emotional? Recognizing the pattern can improve every area of your life, not just dating. The moment you stop seeing your attachment style as a flaw and start seeing it as an old survival strategy, everything changes. You realize you're not cold, you're cautious, you're not needy, you're responding to past inconsistency. You're not broken, you're just running an old program. And old programs, they can be updated. Let's make it super actionable. Here are a few small daily habits that help rewire your brain toward secure attachment. Micro-trust exercises. Share a small personal detail with someone safe and notice their response. Affection tolerance. If you usually pull away from hugs or compliments, practice sitting with that discomfort for just a few seconds longer. Written reflection. Journal about moments you felt the urge to push away. What triggered it? What story were you telling yourself? Safe vulnerability. Try being open in low-stakes situations, like sharing your opinion in a group chat. Breathing before reacting. A slow breath signals your nervous system that you're safe. Changing your attachment style isn't about becoming fearless overnight. It's about learning to stay when your instinct says run. It's about testing, gently, whether people can be safe and trustworthy. And yes, some won't be. That's a life, but many will surprise you. And each safe connection is proof that your old patterns don't have to define your future. If you've been pushing people away your whole life, you're not alone. Millions of people live in this cycle, craving connection but fearing it at the same time. The way forward isn't forcing yourself into closeness or avoiding relationships altogether. It's understanding your attachment style, working with it, and slowly teaching your brain that closeness can feel safe. So next time you catch yourself pulling away, pause and ask yourself, am I protecting myself or am I protecting my old fears? If this video helped you see yourself more clearly and with more compassion, hit that like button. It tells YouTube to share this with more people who need it. And if you want more deep dives into psychology, relationships, and self-growth, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next one. Remember, your attachment style isn't your destiny. You can learn to stay, to trust, and to let love in without pushing it away. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.